Today we need to talk about Lisa's controversy and then a quitting of social media thing and why this is so crazy. We also need to talk about Jung Kook's hotel in Budapest allegedly broken into, and then we have V being removed and what happened there. So hey dumplings, it's Dave decide hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on, grab your dumpling, tasty mug merch, and let's go. We have a drama-filled video today and the tea is piping hot. If you're not aware of the drama that is happening currently with Lisa, there is quite a bit and I want to rant about how crazy all this is and how crazy people are. If you are not aware, Lisa recently joined a cabaret. This is the really popular and famous place in Paris called Crazy Horse. So this is not an easy place to book and it carries a similar prestige as an actor on Broadway here in the US. And the cabaret is very intimate and similar to Broadway. You don't get on it to be famous and you don't do it to make money because you just simply don't make a lot. And Lisa can quite literally make more money posting on YouTube a dance video than she would performing at such a show. So just to clear the air right off the bat, the show is for the art, for the entertainment. If she was doing this simply for money, she would not do this show. The show got a lot of backlash because she was very much not wearing a lot of clothes, and it was supposed to be very sexy. Of course, this is a big deal because people don't like the idea of seeing a K-pop star doing things that are too sexual. However, Lisa is literally an adult, and no matter how big of a star you become, performing at highly prestigious events are going to be on bucket lists and things you want to do. She now has done that, and I guarantee you this is going to help her book more big shows, bigger gigs similar to that in the future. And her getting into things like Broadway or even movies are going to be things that are in the future for her. While it's not about the money or fame, as I said, doing these things and building this resume for herself is going to be things that will help her branch out in the future if she wants to. She might never want to, but now she has those options. Apparently Lisa's mother was also invited to see the show, and a person who wrote about the show talked about how Lisa's mother said that she expected the show to be sexier. And I guess given that she probably heard a lot of things from the media or just overall people talking, that she felt like it must actually be very nude. But in reality, it probably was just a normal amount of sexy that you see in a cabaret, and then just for K-pop, it's too much. But the mother got a lot of backlash for this. She was accused of being a bad mother for wanting the show to be more sexy and wanting Lisa to do more crude things, and then even others saying that she is a bad mother. However, this makes no sense to me. Her saying that she felt like it could have been more crude was more so her way of just saying that she was surprised probably by the reviews and what people were saying online. Lisa's mother has been such a good mother to Lisa, and she has an Instagram account where she posts about herself and Lisa, and she is always so proud and reps her daughter so hard. You honestly could not see a more proud mother. Interestingly enough, after all this backlash to her allegedly being a bad mother and then people hating how crude Lisa's show is, people flooded Lisa's mother's Instagram account with hate. I don't know what those comments were, but it's believed that her account was flooded with hate, and then it was rumored that her account disappeared, and people thought it was deleted. People were not surprised, but very sad over this idea that someone who was just supporting their daughter was in the midst of a scandal and felt like they couldn't handle the hate, so they just removed themselves. Now, if you go to the Instagram account now, it does not exist now. So assuming she did delete it, she brought it back. However, if this is true and the haters did attack her, what kind of sense and logic do you have to send death threats or hate to your favorite idol's mother? Like, that seriously crosses a line. You have the idol, and if you had an issue with her, you say something to her. The mother is public on Instagram, but she is not a public figure. She is not famous for her singing abilities or whatever. She is just known due to her daughter. So to attack someone who isn't even famous is so beyond crossing a line. Fans, and I don't even really want to call them fans, but they will literally go through all lengths just to insult or attack someone, and for why. Jimin fan sites were recently under attack after they did something to Taehyung. There's always these wars with fan sites because a lot of the fan sites are at gays or people who love one member but will spend their time attacking and hurting the other members. Recently, Taehyung had a fan sign event where it was held in this beautiful big stadium at a college, and many fans were picked from a lottery system. And then Taehyung had a random surprise for everyone there, which was that Jimin showed up. Taehyung explained during the event that he had asked Jimin to come by and talk to armies, and Jimin rushed at the opportunity to do that and thought it was a lot of fun. And so he ended up coming in as a guest person, and everyone was seemingly so excited. As the footage and photos started to get posted online, people were seeing that a lot of Jimin's fan sites were taking the photos of when Jimin and Taehyung were both on stage and then literally cropping out Taehyung. There's literally no reason to do this, which is what people were saying, because it made it appear like these fan sites hate Taehyung and want to crop Taehyung out. I really don't know if I can defend it. I usually will say something like, well, if it's just a Jimin fan site, then obviously they'll crop out Taehyung. But it's so unnecessary and rude, because a lot of the times it's not just that they crop out Taehyung, but they'll like purposely cut off his head or things like that, which just comes across as like they hate Taehyung so much that apparently just his face in the photo is too much and ruins it. So I definitely agree with a bit of the backlash here, and I think doing this will also ignite some of the Taehyung fans to be like, this was unnecessary, why did you go out of your way to do it? And it's not like Jimin fans have no idea who Taehyung is and would be confused if you posted a photo of both of them. It has always irked me when I see fan sites post a photo of the BTS members but then crop out the other Western or non-BTS member in the photo. It's like if you kept that non-BTS member in the photo, it's not like strangers will confuse Halsey from a BTS member. And just a bit rude in my opinion. It is cool though to see all the members do things and what things they have been up to. Jung Kook has also been doing a lot. He recently was at the airport to go to Budapest, and it was confusing as to why he was going. But it's likely all a secret until after things get released. It is believed he will shoot a documentary though, and then others believe that he will stop at Budapest and it's just a layover to Korea. And I doubt that. Not to say K-pop idols don't have layovers, but why? Because they can literally just pay a bit more and get a direct flight. In fact, it would probably cost more to have a layover due to the entire staff needing to be put up at a hotel, getting car service, having their dinner paid, and everything. It would be cheaper just to pay for a direct flight to Korea if that's where he was going. But interestingly enough, he stopped at Budapest and went right to a hotel. Somehow a bunch of people found out where his hotel was located. I do think this is sasaeng behavior. I tend to disagree with what most people call sasaeng behavior, but I really think this is because there's no reporters seemingly there. So this is not HYBE asking reporters to show up and then giving the hotel information out. And the fans would have literally had to either know the hotel staff or follow Jung Kook's car. I don't know how they would have this information about which hotel he is staying at. And there ended up being some video footage online showing Jung Kook walking into the hotel lobby. People had some mixed reactions here, because when Jung Kook got out of his car to walk to the hotel lobby, he greeted everyone there very nicely. He bowed, he waved, and he smiled at everyone, and this made a lot of people believe that they had consent to be there. And maybe they did, but it just doesn't really seem like it to me. And netizens online were very much angry over this idea that Jung Kook is treating these literal stalkers so nicely, because they believe that if Jung Kook was rude or didn't say hi, it would de-incentivize these stalkers to stalk him going forward, because they wouldn't get the attention. However, this would be a bad PR move for him if he just ignored everyone, and then all the headlines would talk about how rude Jung Kook was to fans who came out in Budapest. However, it was interesting because a lot of the tweets and stuff were actually praising the fans there to say that those fans were acting very calm and they didn't try to invade his personal space or run up to him, which is what we see in the video. However, other people were saying that there were clips and videos of Jung Kook inside the hotel and someone following Jung Kook inside after him. Honestly, I highly doubt that happened. People like to take videos and clips from other moments in the past that may have occurred and then say that it happened this time using those clips, and since it's a current event that applies, the clip goes viral with people believing it's current when it's not. Also, it just makes no sense that it could even happen. Jung Kook walked out of his car with the most amount of security and staff I have ever seen. If anyone even tried to get near him or sneak into the hotel, they would get jumped. And by the time all the staff would have cleared out or gone upstairs, Jung Kook would have long been gone as well. So I just doubt that anyone would have been able to record Jung Kook inside this hotel. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out Patreon for more videos. The link down below. Thanks. Just a little bit comment right here. Love you. Bye.